A very good morning, friends. Today we will have a good discussion on SSB interview. But before moving on, let me introduce myself because it's very important. Friends, my name is Raj Narayan Bhatt, and this year I celebrate my 25th birthday in January. I'm hailing from Kaushambi district, which isolated from Allahabad in 1997. And so today is Sunday, friends, and I've chosen this day because most of you would have time. And once again, I also welcome all the defense aspirants, all the defense lovers who will going to be the part of defense forces and are the future officer. Friends, let me make you clear, crystal clear. This is not a tutorial. This is also the part of my preparation. So please uh, take it very serious, and please forgive me if somewhere I'm wrong and I'm using the wrong sentences because I am hailing from a rural background. So you can understand the level of English and level of experience. Friends, this is the most commonly asked question, that what is SSB interview and how is different from other government oriented interviews. My dear friends, SSB interview is known for bringing out the leaders who will lead the Indian Armed Forces in future. SSB interview is responsible to bring out a candidate who's having the 15 officer like qualities which are listed and told by the SSB interview, that will lead the troops of Indian Armed Forces in future. So my dear friends, today I will clear all the myth, all the misconceptions of the aspirant who are going in upcoming 1 to 3 month and all, which has scheduled for the SSB interview. So first of all, friends, this is test which being conducted in 5 days, from starting from 1 to 5th, and these days consisting the variety of interview, the different format of the interview, which is able to bring out the real qualities of the every individual. Means if one has trying to lie and trying to hide the data and show up their polishing picture of himself, surely and certainly he will be disqualified from this interview. So coming to the first, friends, once one clear the written examination, whether it is NDA, CDS, or TS entry, university entry, entry scheme, and NCC entry, and many others which are allowing to come at SSB platform. Once candidate get a call up letter in their home, all the descriptions, all the instructions which has been prescribed to be followed by the individual, because army is known for their discipline and time punctuality. So please take care of that. All the document, all the cloth, all the equipment which will be need to carry to the candidate, which all have been already prescribed on the call up letter. So please be sure for that. Briefing will be given also in that, and the time which has given to the candidate to reporting to the station, which also need to be followed. So once a candidate report to the railway station on the given time, bus will be provided and carry all the candidate to the SSB centers. So don't worry about that. And the all ticket compensation also by paid by claimed by the candidate will paid by the authority, but the ticket need to be processed. Friend, Once you report to the center, the officers, the duty of JCO will guide you, will give the instruction and the manner which need to be followed within the SSB center. After that, every individual has to show their original certificate and there is a document checking procedure. After over it, every candidate has allotted the chest number which need to wear all the time in the premises of the SSB interview and SSB center. This is the formality of first day, which probably not counting in the 1 to 5 days. This is just an informatory day for all the candidate. The day start from the next after overpassing the day. So next morning, everybody will have to get breakfast on time and reach to the examination hall with their chest number. After that, the test is known for most prominent test because this is the test which has a huge cutoff rate. If 100 candidates are reporting, so only 30 to 20 candidates get selected in the first stage. So be ensure and be prepared for that previously. Friends, this test is known as screen test and most of the people also say that PPDT, picture perception and discussion test. As the name is showing, there will be picture will have to perceive and therefore it has to be discussed. So in the PPDT there is a primary two kind of test. First is reasoning and second is screen test. So in the reasoning test there are two kind of reasoning test. First is known as uh, I'm sorry, I'm just forgetting the name. Yes, this is verbal reasoning and non-verbal reasoning. So don't worry about that. Reasoning is to be very easy, just checking your intelligence ranking, OIR, it known as OIR, officer intelligence ranking. But be assured, try to attempt more and more question as much as possible. And later on, there will a picture shown to every candidate. It's not a picture, it's not a movie, just a kind of image which consisting of maybe an accident, maybe a chain snatching person, natural calamity, or something in sad mood, something drowning to the into the river. So this image may relate from anything. You can't imagine what is going to be come on the picture. After that, the picture will shown in front of you for only 30 seconds, and 30-second candidate has to assess and perceive the data like how many person are there, their gender, their mood, which also need to be written in the given paper answer sheet. Friends, you get 4 minutes, only 4 minutes. Please remember, only 4 minutes you get to write your own story, and the format of story will be as something a hero should be like. Hero should be there. Hero must doing some not a mysterious work, but that work which is happening in practical life, not to be very far from the practical life, away from the practical life. Be ensure about it. And after you writing the story, there is a discussion which will happen in front of the four senior officers, including interview officer, GTO, ground testing officer, and psychologist also. And you will be divided, your group will be made 15 to 10 people, and you will sit down into the U shape of chair, and everybody will be given a 1 minute time to narrate their story what he has written in the picture. After that, he also have to discuss all the story together. Imagine friends, if one picture has shown to 100 people, this is very certain that means 100 people having the different story, because everybody has having the different mindset, having different ideology and way of thinking. So 15 people who are seated in the chair, they must have the different story. And the aim of the discussion is to make a single common story through this long and long discussion. So be aware about that. And this discussion will be only for 4 minutes. I'm sorry, 10 to 15 minutes. After the discussion, everybody has to get out of the room, and the result will be announced in my on 12 p.m. or might be 1 p.m. After that, the all listed candidates, successful candidate, will remain there, and all the who not in the list, they will have to leave this SSB center right now. After that, all candidate will pick their bag and go to the room once again and get their bed and get prepared for the next second day preparation. So what happened in the second day, my friends? Second day, all the candidate had to report on the same time. This test is known as psychological test. Psychological test, and this is containing four different kind of tests, including TAT, WAT, SRT, and SD. Thematic appearance test, the word association test, situation reaction test, and self description. Coming to TAT, TAT containing 12 picture including one blank side back to back with the same time frame, means 30 seconds for perceiving the picture, means 30 seconds will remain on the screen and 4 minutes to write down the story, and 30 seconds to remain the picture and 4 minutes to write the story. So means it will continue till the 12 picture will be finished. So be care about that. After that, coming to VAT is known as word association test. In this test, the 60 different word will shown in the screen to the candidate, and all the words having the gap of 15 second, and after that 15 second the word will be uh, flashed and second word will come out. Second, one word will flash out and word will come out. So it will continue till the 16 words will finished. And what candidate has to do, candidate has to see the word, and he has to make a meaningful sentence by using that sentence. And if you are unable to make the sentence, so leave the blank, because you could understand when you get all the document and when you go there. After that, there is a situation reaction test. This is a they will provide you the a kind of 3 and 4 paper sheets which consisting 60 situation. Situation means uh, like you are going with your mother, and suddenly your mother has collided with some vehicle and got accident. What will you do? And you are entering to the room and you saw there snack is hanging on the fan. You're going to the bathroom, there is snack you found. You are going on the way, and you are in the train, you lost your purse, you lost your wallet, you lost your ticket. What will you do? So these are the situation listed in the uh, paper from 1 to 60, and all the situation has to solve in 30 minutes only. After that, candidate will have to write down their self description, and self description is consisting about what you think about yourself, and what your parent thinking about yourself, what's your friend, and what's your teacher, and what you are want to become in the future, what the qualities would you like to acquire in the future. These are the things which need to write in the self description, and this test is only for 15 minutes. So friend, this is all about the second day. But in the second day, after just one psychological test gets over, the personal interview also gets started, because there are only three officers which are responsible to take the personal interview, including president, deputy president, and colonel code. And there will be 20 to 30 candidate, so one candidate having the at least 45-minute 30-minute, so it takes time. So the personal interview start from the right next second days. So be prepared for the interview also. And what happens in the personal interview, this is, believe me, this is a very very frank interview. And how much you will frank to the officer, that will be very beneficial to the candidate individual. Means, sometimes candidate get very very formal, he just gets it down and looking uh, to the officer. Means, in that situation you are once become very unfamiliar, and he get not become aware to describe themselves, describe their feeling and what he wanted to say. There is a miss, become disappoint, like. So please be aware about that. How much will you, the candidate will become very very present, because it needs certain degree of, you know presence in the interview, because there is a variety of questions will be asked there. And the starting of interview will have some question like what you are doing, what your father doing, what your mother doing, and what your contribution toward the family. If you are a salaried, so how you use your salary, and if you're married, so what are you feeling after marriage, and what's your hobby, how do you spare time for that. And all these are variety of question which being asked in the personal interview, so be prepared for that. And there is also some part of your current affair is also maybe asked, so this is also need to be taken care of. Coming to the third day is known like GTO test, ground testing officer. Means in this test there is a variety of tests. 9 tests are listed, including group discussion, group planning exercise, progressive group task, half group task, command task, individual obstacle, and many others. And group task happens third day and fourth day frequently. In the first day of group task there is only 6 tasks, and the fourth day there will be 3 remaining tasks of group series. So be aware about that. In group discussion there will be two kind of group discussion will happen. First will relate from social issue, and second one will relate from the current affair, and might from the historical events, any other war which has took place to the country. So this is the kind of discussion. Please be aware this discussion is rightly different from other discussion. In this discussion, this is not like what should be the mode of school in India, like English or any other language or regional language. This is not should be like that. This discussion will like uh, what is the thing which has enhanced the quality of life of the people. Is fire, is zero, and something else. And candidate has to take out any of these legs, whether it is fire, whether it is zero, or something else. I am just giving you what candidate do. They try to pick up all these legs and to show up their knowledge, but believe me, it could not work for you. Please aware, take a only single leg and go through to the entire discussion. And this is the discussion, not debate. And the difference discussion and debate is, my dear friends, discussion tells that what is wrong and what is right, but what debate says that who is right and who is wrong. Means, I hope you are getting understand. So coming to the fourth day, this is the fourth day, and in this day there are 3 remain group task has still remain. After over it, after over it, in the also in the same day, interview is also going on, and almost in the fourth day or all entire interview procedure is going to be closed, because fifth day is just a introduction with you guys. So coming to the fifth days, let me tell you what happens in the fifth days. Fifth day is known as conference, and in the conference they are expecting from the candidate what he has done. He is able to understand that what did he enjoyed in the interview, did he enjoyed what he learned in the 5 days, how was his stay, and these are the questions which being asked in the interview. And but don't candidate, I suggest you don't take it very lightly, because once you take it lightly, you may fell right to the bottom, right to the ground, because of this is the test, this is the kind of also kind of test conference. There are the senior officers, containing 12 senior officers will be there, and these officers are going to discuss whether the candidate is appropriate for this organization or not, whether it is having the qualities which are need to pick out, need to remain in a leader, it is capable or not. Means this will be the borderline case, so be aware about that. If the question during your personal interview which has left behind, and suppose if you have promised them, sir, I will tell you in the conference, so be aware about that and be clear all the questions. By using internet there will be other facility, I hope. And this is the final day. After 9 to 10 p.m. 10 a.m. all the conference procedure will be over, and the result is going to be announced on 12 p.m. All the shortlisted candidate will remain for the medical test, and all the not recommended will go to their home, back to their home. So friends, this is all about the SSB interview procedure. I know that there are many of other videos, other tutorials are providing the best knowledge in the interview, but this is part of, just I told you before, this is the part of my preparation also. I'm also coming to the forum, coming to the people I want to also meet in the group, because I believe as more as much as we conversate with each other, that will become a very good impact in our preparation. So I suggest you, my dear friends, all who are aspirants, they also try to make videos, they also come in such a platform, and because it make you serious about your study. And if one has query about anything else, so please do let me know in by commenting in the comment box. I am hoping that this video will make sense and will able to help you in a certain corner of your life. Thank you very much for watching this video.